Okay.
I have Facebook chat, I have TikTok chat, I have other chats.
We made it. We're so close.
This is why we need a producer.
So if you, yes, you, the one listening to this right now, want to get some experience as a podcast producer, we can't pay you, and
Nope.
we can't even promise this will even look good on a resume.
In fact, it will probably be a detriment.
Yeah, this is gonna get your resume thrown in the trash. Let's be honest.
They worked for the Jedi Enclave Presents, and now this is podcasting.
There's no
podcast.
way that name is real. Like, just whoop, over the shoulder into the trash. But if you want to do it for the love of the game,
Yeah. It's a great movie, by the way. I don't know if you've seen. It's a Kevin Costner movie called For the Love of the Game.
I don't think I have.
It's a baseball movie. It's a really good movie.
Didn't he also do Field of Dreams?
Yes. Yo, he's been in like 4 or 5 different baseball movies.
So that guy really likes
Yeah.
baseball,
No, he really does.
which is fair.
Let me share this in a couple of spots, and we will get going. This will be our first ever live show. The Jedi Enclave Presents. Now, this is podcasting podcast that is appearing on TikTok
Oh, amazing.
and is simulcast on TikTok and YouTube. Well, YouTube, I guess, has both in the vertical and horizontal formats.
Although, really, you should just turn your phone sideways.
Yeah. It's just a better experience in general, but you know what? I'm not your mom. I'm not the cops. I don't give a fuck.
You're definitely not the cops.
No.
Oh, wow. You remember Blue Sky all on your
Yep.
own. I'm proud of you.
Oh my God! It's exactly 7:30.
Look at that.
Everything's going great.
Never had a plan come together so well.
All right, let's go.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
Welcome back to Jedi Enclave. I'm Daniel.
I'm Chris.
This is your weekly show of the Jedi Enclave Presents. Now, this is Podcasting Podcast, the weekly podcast about Star Wars and Star Wars accessories.
It's weekly except when it isn't.
Yeah. For example, we are having a show next week, but then over
the week
Christmas
after that
we
is
won't-
Christmas, and honestly, who wants to podcast on Christmas?
Right.
Not us.
We will be here for New Year's Eve, though, because every year we do a
year in review.
Yeah, year in review. We talk about all the shit we saw, the stuff we liked, stuff we didn't like, etc. and etc. So you can come check that out. Also, we'll probably get like at least a little drunk. I'll make us a couple drinks. And then we also have on that New Year's Eve show, we'll have Stranger Things.
Which you're going to strap me to a chair,
Yeah.
Clockwork Orange style, and force me to watch.
Yeah. So there will be all of that. But this week we're talking about, there's some Star Wars gaming news. We're talking.
News.
Yeah. A lot of.
A lot of conjecture.
There's
Some of it even pithy. That's a reference no one's going to get but
Nope.
us.
Oh, man. What a deep cut.
Mm-hmm.
There is one piece of news in there that's official that came from Star Wars that we're all hoping isn't what the rumor was.
Yeah.
So we're talking about that. We're talking about it. Welcome to Derry, episode 7, The Black Spot, which if you've been on social media at all,
It got rough.
it also is perhaps the best hour of television that HBO has done since the first season of House of the Dragon, which is impressive. So we'll be talking about that. And what else? I think that's a couple trailers we saw.
Right.
Some stuff coming up. We're gonna talk about that stuff as well. So while you're here, make sure you follow us on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, Discord, TikTok now apparently for some reason, Blue Sky. The sky's the limit. Go and follow us on everything. We do weekly, almost day. In fact, we've been doing a lot of Battlefront streams recently because my friend Ben injured himself and can't do his like football coaching job.
You mean soccer?
Don't put me in the middle of this. I don't.
Look, I just wanted to translate for our primarily American audience. Yeah. He means soccer. In England, it's football, but here it's soccer.
So he's just been like bumming around his house all week. So we've been playing a bunch of Battlefront. He also texted me today. He's like, "Hey, I'm going to watch the live show today, but I've never seen it. Welcome to Derry or know anything about that. So I'm going to have you, someone who only knows about half of it, explain to him what's going on before we start.
Okay.
That way he knows." And well, let's get into this, shall we?
Okay. Where are we starting?
Star Wars game announcement rumors.
Oh, yes.
So we're gonna talk about the rumor first, and then some other shit that we learned.
Okay.
And then we're gonna break it apart. So first of all, an industry insider with the alias Caracassus.
I don't think that matters to the story.
Claims a quote-unquote big Star Wars game announcement is coming very soon. This is from GameFragger.com, by the way, and the article suggests that the reveal could happen at the upcoming The Game Awards, which is
tomorrow.
Tomorrow, which, of course...
I assume while you're streaming, you just have it up on your like third monitor, and if anything cool happens, say, "Oh, hey, that's some Star Wars."
So he clarified the announcement reportedly will not involve two previously known Star Wars projects, which is Star Wars Zero Company, which is a real-time strategy thing that's coming out, or Star Wars Eclipse, which, by the way...
Is happening? Question mark?
I don't know, but I can tell you, I looked on our Facebook memories, and that cinematic trailer came out 4 years ago.
Jesus Christ!
And we are no closer to seeing anything from it. So
yeah, we haven't seen anything since then, have we?
So the options here, it could be an entirely different entry into the Star Wars like IP. It could be the third entry of
Cal Kestis.
Yeah, the Jedi game. It could be some news on the KOTOR 2 remake, which we also learned a little bit about this week.
Or just the KOTOR 1 remake, because that's still a thing that's happening.
Yeah. So we don't know what it is. Just that it could be something, which, wow. Let me tell you where everyone... So this...
Extremely specific. Like, this is how rumor mongers on the internet work, if you're new here. They say something that's incredibly vague so that anything that even remotely sounds similar to what they're saying gets announced. They say, fucking called it.
Yeah, got it.
Did it. It's all me, no one else. I was right. Believe me every time I say anything.
Now, to be fair, I think this like industry leaker has been fairly accurate but it's always hard to tell because those guys are really good at deleting the shit that they got wrong, and so it seems like they're more accurate than they are. So who knows? I can tell you what we're hoping it isn't, which is that StarWars.com officially announced a couple days ago that
they have a new collectible card game.
On December 9th, that they are partnering with 036 Studio and CCG Lab to bring to us a digital collectible card game available on PC, iOS, and Android.
Oh, so it's Hearthstone.
I don't know what that is, but probably. And I can tell you that everyone was talking about this big gaming rumor that's coming out in Star Wars, and then we got this, and everyone's like, this isn't it, right? Because I got to tell you how little interest I have in a fucking Star Wars card game that will surely be riddled with microtransactions and loot boxes and all that other bullshit, just like Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, right? So I'm just telling everybody, manage your expectations, because there is a chance that this was the big announcement and that they're gonna go into it in the Game Awards tomorrow. Now, if you manage your expectations and we go into tomorrow, the Game Awards, and they announce Battlefront 3 or the third Jedi Survivor Cal Kestis game or something to that effect, we like everyone will freak the fuck out, and it'll feel really good. Right?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but a couple of years ago, didn't Cameron Monaghan show up at the Game Awards with a lightsaber and say, "Hey, bitches, I'm back"?
No. Yeah, he's like, "I'm still Cal Kestis, by the way," so no one forget. Which it was always their intention to make a third game anyway. The first two games sold really well. So there, if you guys are really into fucking Star Wars collectible card games, that game is for you. Real quick, Tom says most likely new Star Wars Battlegrounds remastered. Okay, first of all, Source. Second of all, Star Wars Battlegrounds game would be fucking cool, and I would really enjoy that.
Is that the real-time strategy?
Yeah, it's like Age of Empires-ish.
Okay,
yeah. And I played it a lot when I was in junior high, I think, on my computer. I had a friend named Curtis who burned it onto CD for me back when you could just do that.
The days, man.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun, and I in fact I think I still have it on Steam. I still play it every once in a while. This I don't know what the fuck that says. Can you say, actually, technically, it's pronounced balloon before you gasp in air and yell, boo?
No.
We've considered your request, and because I'm too dumb to understand it, rejected. Okay, moving on. This was weird. Oh, yeah. So Lucasfilm's getting sued, along with Asper Media, Asper Media did
they were supposed to do the Knights of the Old Republic remake.
Yes, but they also did they did the 2005 Battlefront 2 remake. Mm-hmm. And then I think they also do the Jedi Power Battles remake as well.
That sounds
right. So anyway, they're being sued for let me check my notes here, false advertising. And I'm not really sure what the lawsuit's all about, but the thing that came out in, I guess, Discovery is where we are in this part of the. I'm not a lawyer. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. They learned a little bit about the full remake of KOTOR 2 under the codename Project Juliet.
Which the only reason that raised any eyebrows was because the codename of the Switch port of Knights of the Old Republic 2 was codenamed Capulet.
Yeah.
And if you know your Shakespeare, the connection is immediately obvious.
Yes. So this came out in a deposition by Lucasfilm Games Vice President Douglas Riley. And the remake was intended to feature modern art, updated gameplay, and modern hardware support. And the plan included keeping the original story characters and general content of KOTOR 2, but rebuilding the game to meet contemporary standards. And the other interesting thing was that it was also meant to integrate material from the fan-made restored content mod. Content that was originally cut or incomplete in the 2004 release, which most people who have a strong attachment to that game consider it to be a part of the experience anyway.
Yeah, that game famously went through rushed and terrible development cycle, and the ending, the last couple hours are horrendously choppy.
It's it's a mess. Yeah,
at one point, I believe they cut an entire planet because they just ran out of time and couldn't finish it in time.
Which also, I feel like I just streamed that game a couple months ago. I definitely did, and it does feel a little light generally toward like the third act of the story and everything. You show up and you're on the sky bridge, and then that's about it. So how does this tie into the? Because apparently they're doing the KOTOR 1 remake.
Yes. So when Asper was doing the Knights of the Old Republic remake, there were apparently plans to do the second game as well, but now that remake has moved to a different studio, and it's unclear if Part 2 also moved with it.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll never know.
I think it would be a shame if they didn't, because Knights 2 is a better game, in my considered opinion. But,
can we get into spoilers a little bit?
Absolutely. It's our podcast. We can do what we want.
Spoilers for KOTOR 1. There is something magical about that big twist in the first game, where Revan as a character is looming over you like a specter throughout the whole game, and then you learn at the end that you are Revan. That was pretty fucking good storytelling. I really enjoy that.
You only get to do "I am your father" once, but that is,
I am my father. You can only do that one. Which basically
I'm my own grandpa.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. But like that's about as good as you can do for a twist like that in a Star Wars game.
Yeah,
I think
it was pretty good. Send a shout out to my friend, please. His name is Thomas. Well, Thomas,
shout him out yourself.
I hope you're not a piece of shit in life. Here's your shout out. Daisy Ridley has heard about the Ben Solo, the Hunt for Ben Solo movie, because of course, anytime a former Star Wars actor is doing
anything.
Press for anything else,
she's doing press for some zombie movie or something right now.
Yeah, and they're like, we're going to talk exclusively about Star Wars, and have you heard about the Ben Solo movie? And she's like, yes.
I don't live under a rock, so yes.
But also because I'm not a terrible human being, of course I'm going to say nice things about Adam Driver
and Star Wars fans everywhere.
Yes, and so basically her thing is and there's a part of me that kind of like agrees with her, where she's like, you know what's really nice about all this is that everyone's kind of united in a positive way around Star Wars for once, and not the other way around, which is like what
harassing my co-stars off the internet
or me, right? Yeah. So good job, Star Wars fan base, for not being pricks for about 2 weeks. But she's basically like, yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. That'd be really cool. And which you have to say if you're an actor anyway involved in Star Wars, unless you're Oscar Isaacs, by the way, who is just like, fuck Disney, honestly. Or, God, John Boyega now even. The two of them are just like, we're done.
He's changed his tune again? Because like for a long time he was like, fuck Disney. And then he was like, you know what? Maybe Disney's okay. And I guess now he's back to fuck Disney.
I don't know. Maybe it was all tied to this Ben Solo thing.
Maybe.
Yeah. So, I don't know if it's ever going to happen, but
honestly,
I don't know if I want it to happen.
I don't think it should.
Yeah. I think I would love to see a movie that's like after.
Okay, Adam Driver, since I know you're such a big personal fan of us and our show.
No. He just texted me before we started. He's watching.
Just release the script.
Yeah.
Just like put the script up on Google Docs or something and say, here you go, guys. This is what I wanted to do, but Disney's a bunch of pricks. They said no.
That's more or less what Colin Trevorrow did with his scrapped episode 9.
Yeah, he said, you guys want to see my fucking movie? Here it is.
Yeah, and you know what? It was pretty good.
You can't see it, but you can read it.
It was pretty good, and it involves General Hux committing seppuku at the end of the film with Mace Windu's lightsaber.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so like...
That's metal as fuck.
Pretty good. Oh man, do you want to turn into financial talking heads for about 2 minutes? Oh
God, I guess we have to, don't we?
I will preface this by saying I've been unable to follow this story the last couple of weeks without immediately thinking of one of my favorite shows in the world called Succession, because this is literally like a plot right out of that show.
Very much so.
So basically what happened first is that Netflix looked at Warner Brothers and was like, we'd like to buy you for $86 billion or whatever. And Warner Brothers is like, oh, hell yeah.
That sounds
$86 billion.
So Netflix is specifically buying the movies, like the movie production and the streaming business. Warner Brothers.
Not the cable TV
Not the cable
side,
TV news, not the video games, not any of that shit, just the movies and the streaming.
So now a bunch of people came out of the woodwork, and to be fair, this probably would be terrible for Netflix to buy up Warner Brothers.
That they would have a large portion of the market.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be good for Hollywood. It's really not good for talent either, because it means that pretty much there's like one employer in town, and if you piss them off, you don't get work anywhere. Paramount was like, excuse me. This probably isn't fair. Also, it's worth pointing out that the heads, the corporation that owns Paramount, are very close to the Trump administration and to Donald Trump personally. And so they went.
They said, "Hey, Warner Bros. Discovery, we will buy the entire thing, the entire business."
Yep.
Side note: those heads who are really close to the Trump administration actually really only want the cable news parts of the company, so that they can, propagandize even further.
Right.
But they're making it look like they want to buy the whole thing because that's how because like that part of the company wasn't meant to go on sale for like another year or something.
Yeah.
And that's too late to affect the midterm elections here in the U.S.
Right, and what good is it at that point? So their offer is $30 per share, which ends up being $108.4 billion, which is an insane amount of money.
Yes,
for something like this, and you can tell that the heads of Paramount talked to Donald Trump last week because he threw some cold water on the Netflix thing. It was like, I don't know if that's gonna. Yeah, we're gonna take a look at that. And of course, because Donald Trump's a narcissist. Was like, of course, I'll be involved in that decision, and this whole thing is about me, and all that other bullshit. So, just something interesting as fans of nerdom. Like if Netflix were to buy WB, that means that they would have control over the DC universe.
HBO,
yeah, HBO,
meaning Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, and all the other shit. That's also like Netflix would have control of The Sopranos,
right?
For example,
they almost all of streaming. They would so Netflix is the number one streamer, and then they would absorb the number 3 streamer, which is insane.
Yes.
The next competitor is Disney Plus, I think, which has half the number of subscribers. Like,
even leaving aside how close the Ellison family is to the Trump administration, this deal should probably be blocked on antitrust grounds.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, we're not supposed to have monopolies in this country, and this is exactly what they would be. They would have a monopoly on the streaming market, and not good for anyone.
Not a true dictionary definition of the monopoly, but close enough that it would raise some eyebrows.
Yeah. So, is this one of those weird times when I'm like, do I agree with Donald Trump on something? Except that you know that Donald Trump he's not throwing cold water on it because he's worried about antitrust laws. He's just not sure how it benefits him.
Mm-hmm.
So like
if Netflix manages to write a big enough check to Donald Trump, he'll turn around and say, Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix is the best. Yeah. It's really whoever's fillets him the most is who he goes with. So
same way he filleted Bill Clinton. Heyo.
Oh, didn't we find out that wasn't true though?
In my heart,
no.
I choose to believe it is.
No, I agree, and it's look, if the right can just believe whatever they feel, I'm going to believe that Donald Trump gave Bill Clinton a blowjob. I feel like I owe that to myself. Oh, TikTok was just like, you can't say that.
Well, we just did. Fuck you, TikTok.
Oh man, you're gonna get us banned. All right, let's move on to a cool little piece of television that we watched this week.
We're not talking about the trailers?
Oh no, let's do that first. Yes, sorry, I kind of jumped ahead a little bit. All right, so we had
The Boys.
You sent me right.
Yes.
So The Boys, was it season 5?
The final season.
The final season. They had a full length trailer, I think, for.
There's a lot of Homelander punching
things.
Someone off camera.
One of them's a fish. One of them's probably his son, is what I'm reading.
Maybe.
Which, by the way, that the kid that plays Ryan has grown up quite a bit.
Yes. He shows up once or twice in this trailer.
Yeah.
And
I didn't realize how much he grew up before. It was like 2 weeks ago. I was scrolling through Instagram, and a video of him showed up playing the main title from It, Welcome to Derry, on the piano. And first of all, he's a pretty good it's good. He does it. It's pretty good. And I was like, he is an adult now. It's insane that we first were introduced to his character and he was like a little big baby, and now he's an adult. But yeah, it's basically, I think what we're supposed to get from this is Homelander has taken over everything.
Yes.
Right. And at least in the United States, I think, probably in charge of everything. And apocalypse is impending, is imminent.
There are literal concentration camps.
Yeah. And what are the boys going to do? They're going to make one last effort to take Homelander down. Many of them will probably die. And who knows where Ryan falls on this, because on one hand he's got this relationship with Billy Butcher, but on the other hand, fascism, when you have superpowers, is kind of the most compatible, less annoying thing for you, because you don't have to listen to anyone and you can do whatever the fuck you want. So there's that.
There is a nice little voiceover from Billy Butcher about how we're doing this even if I have to drag your corpses across the finish line. Which is a very Billy Butcher thing to say.
Yeah. Except he didn't say cunt at the end.
Well, I didn't. But he might have.
What's the other thing that so there were rumors about an Avengers Doomsday trailer happening today. That, as far as at least up until the time of this recording, hadn't happened. But we did get a Avatar: The Last Airbender season 2 trailer, which is the Netflix.
The Netflix adaptation of the Nickelodeon cartoon.
Yes. And we were talking before. I don't think you've seen the first season.
But I have seen the original show.
Right, yeah.
So I know in broad strokes what would have happened.
Yes. And let me just say, I'm a huge fan of the Nickelodeon show.
Yeah, it's really fucking good.
Yeah. So when you consider that you have two choices for live action adaptions for Avatar: The Last Airbender, one of them is from Netflix and one of them is M. Night Shyamalan's film, which is perhaps the worst thing I've ever seen. Right. And there are some weird liberties taken with that movie. One of which is that he purposefully
mispronounced all the names.
Yes,
every single name.
Yeah. And then also just made some real bizarre filmmaking choices, like the fact that he does these weird close-ups on everyone's faces all the time, and it's just really bizarre and weird, and everyone hates it. But the first season from the Netflix adaptation isn't bad. I enjoyed it. Like it was, they at least said the main character's name correctly, which I was like, fucking improvement from what I remember. So season 2's rolling around. If I remember correctly, we meet a new character. Well, I know
a couple of new characters.
Yeah, we meet Toph, yeah. Who
the greatest Earthbender of all time.
It's that fucking M. Night Shyamalan's getting in my head, and I'm mispronouncing names. Yeah, she's a blind character. She's an Earthbender.
Yes. Who
can feel the earth under her little feetses, and she's kind of a badass. She also in the original the Nickelodeon version is hilarious.
Yes.
And I'm hoping they preserve that part of her.
She's probably my favorite character in that show.
Yeah. Who else do we meet in season
Azula?
2? Oh, right. That's
and her bad girl gang.
Yeah, oh my God, they're like the patty cakes.
Yeah.
From Welcome to Derry, aren't they?
Significantly more lethal, but yes.
I don't know. The patty cakes seem anyway.
The patty cakes are just jerks.
Yeah, but give them
Azula.
Give them a razor blade though.
Azula will straight up kill a bitch.
That's true, and has probably. Yeah. So I can't remember. Do you remember when this is coming out? I don't think they said. Sometime in 2026.
I mean, at this point, everything is next year.
Yeah. Looking forward to it. It's not like I paid for the first season anyway. So.
What do you have to lose?
Yeah. All right. So let's get on to what we watched this week. Okay. So we're going to be talking about It, Welcome to Derry, episode 7, The Black Spot, here in a second. However, if my friend Ben is watching, he has never seen It, chapter 1, 2. He has not seen the 90s miniseries. He's not seen any It, Welcome to Derry. He has not read the 440,000 word original text.
How many pages is that?
Well, the page. So in novel publishing, pages can be all over the place depending on the margins. Let me put it this way: Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, the longest Harry Potter book is 220-ish thousand words.
Okay, so
it's two of those.
Yeah,
it is a massive book.
Stephen King was on some good shit when he wrote that.
Yeah, well,
like he just couldn't stop. He just
mountains of cocaine will lead to a 440
foaming at the mouth while clacking away at his typewriter.
Yeah. So based on everything you've heard from me over the last several weeks as we've watched this show, explain to our friend from Britain, or our friend Ben from Britain, what the fuck's going on.
Okay. A very long time ago, an extra-dimensional eldritch horror crash-landed in Maine, because everything happens in Maine and Stephen King.
Yep. It's also the worst part of the country.
Idaho? Mississippi? Anyway.
I'm not convinced Idaho exists. I've never been there, and I've not seen evidence of its existence. So
anyway.
Same goes for Delaware, by the way.
This eldritch horror likes to eat people. The way it works is it will sleep for 27 years, then wake up, and then as you do after you wake up from a long nap, it gets a little peckish, so it likes to eat people, and then goes back to sleep for 27 years.
What kind of people does it prefer?
Children.
Yeah.
particularly children who are scared out of their minds.
Yes.
So the Native Americans who lived in this area realized that the rock that the Eldritch Horror crashed to Earth in acts as some sort of prison, so they used some shards of this rock to create a prison around this forest, and then said basically, nobody go in there. We're just gonna, hang out in this area and make sure it doesn't get out.
Yeah.
And they keep doing that for thousands of years until the white people show up and screw up everything.
Which they do.
So in the 1960s, one of these new cycles happens where the creature wakes up and starts eating. There's some kids who are looking for one of their friends who got eaten.
Mm-hmm.
By this point, the creature has realized that it can sort of convince kids to hang out with it long enough for them to eat it if it takes on the form of Pennywise the clown, which is why the clown is so associated with it, and also why an entire generation of children are traumatized by clowns.
Yep. Everyone's scared of clowns, though. It's all between Stephen King's It and John Wayne Gacy. Everyone's like, fuck clowns, bro. Like, that's no more of that, please.
So this being the 1960s, and also being Maine, race relations are not at the best in the town of Derry.
No, in fact, you could argue they're at their worst.
Pretty close to
the worst part. Yeah.
So the Air Force has a base near Derry, and the Air Force general is plotting to take Pennywise and make him into a weapon to win the Cold War.
Mm-hmm.
So the kids are looking around for all these clues, trying to figure out what's going on and how to rescue their friends, and they get haunted by Pennywise because he wants to eat them.
Mm-hmm.
There's a psychic by the name of
Dick Halloran.
Dick Halloran,
mm-hmm.
who is apparently famous in a lot of other Stephen King
Yep.
fiction.
Most famously The Shining.
Yes.
Where he in fact, by the way, the Stanley Kubrick film, he dies at the end of that movie, but in the book he actually doesn't. He escapes. But he helps Jack Torrance and his mother escape. They're the crazy,
all blank, no.
Did I just say Jack Torrance?
I think so.
Danny Torrance. Sorry, Danny Torrance was the kid's name. Jack Torrance was the one that. Hello, Johnny. Here's Johnny.
Here's Johnny.
Yeah.
So, the Air Force is looking for these rocks from the meteor that are forming the fence, and the kids are just looking for their friends. So they all go down in the sewers, and Pennywise fucks with all of them. And after this, the Air Force guys decide, you know what? We need to get drunk and forget about all that. So they throw a party in this little rec hall that the Air Force general has granted to Dick Halloran as a means to keep his psychic happy.
Mm-hmm.
One of the kids, her father was falsely accused of murdering the kids who
the original cast of which, by the way, all had cast regular energy and then died in the first fucking episode.
Yeah.
So
but he managed to break out of the prison bus, and he's on the run. So he's now hiding out in the back room of this rec hall. And wouldn't you know it, some white people are fucking everything up.
Mm-hmm.
A vigilante squad, complete with fucking payday animal masks and guns, show up to the rec hall, and they're like, all right, we don't want no trouble. We're just looking for the kid, the guy who murdered those children.
Which he didn't, obviously. Yes. Pennywise did.
But they believe it is. And that takes us to the beginning of this episode.
That's a pretty thorough and accurate,
There's also a turtle involved somewhere. I don't fully understand that, but Daniel says it's important.
Mature and the turtle?
Yeah.
By the way, another turtle shows up in the Turtle Watch on this episode.
Yeah. Parts of turtles.
Yes. Oh, okay. Now, I want to say something that I forgot to say last week because, we were excited to get into the episode and everything, which is there's a particularly special scene at the end of the last week's episode, before this week's episode, where at this makeshift speakeasy, they're having a killer party.
Yep.
And fucking Rich is over on the drums and
just absolutely killing it.
Now, have you seen Ryan Coogler's film Sinners?
I have not.
Okay. So this is definitely going to come up in our year in review because that came out this year. I watched it. It's a vampire movie.
I've heard it's extremely good.
It is one of the best like horror movies I've ever seen, if it could be called that. Because there's definitely some horror bits in it, but it is a brilliant film on its own. Which, if you're in 2025 with the vampire genre kind of like really tired, if you're gonna do a vampire movie, it's got to be amazing. And there is a scene that reminded me of Sinners. When they're all partying and they've got the music going, and in Sinners it's all about black folk connecting with their heritage and seeing everyone that came before them, but also there's a supernatural feel, so they see everyone who comes after them too. They see their legacy. And while they're in this speakeasy, all of a sudden things start feeling kind of magical and everyone's dancing, and then you see people from the past. And the story takes place, I think, in the early 1900s. And so you see like former slaves who are they're ghosts of their past, but then you see people from the future, like I guess like the 1980s, like the start of like the rap movement and slam poetry and everything, and all these people are dancing together, and they don't necessarily know that they're there, but it is this and I'm probably not doing it very good justice, but it is this incredible visual experience of people connecting to their roots and realizing that they stand on the shoulders of the people that came before them, but also they are the shoulders on which other people stand, right? And it's beautiful. It is absolutely gorgeous storytelling. And there was a little bit of a flavor of that in last week's episode of Welcome to Derry that I really enjoyed. It wasn't nearly as profound, but basically the Black Spot, which is this like club that Dick Halloran has made up, the black people in this community just want a place where they can relax.
Where they can just be themselves.
Yes, and without being harassed or anything or threatened. And there, for a little bit at the end of that last episode, they get to do that, which is really cool.
And then the white people fucking all.
Yeah, which leads us to our problem. So right at the end, hold on a second. I need to replace this extension thing over here. It's kind of messing with my headphones a little bit. So, well, hold on. We get a 10-minute clown story at the beginning of this episode.
That's true.
That is the perfect origin story for Pennywise the clown as a evil entity, but also this really tragic story about humans, right? So basically, we learn it's 1908. We are introduced to Bob Gray, who performs as Pennywise the dancing clown at a traveling carnival. And his daughter Ingrid is there as well. And he does this show. And he tells the story of he and his wife, who were clowns together, and his wife dies. And, and he keeps on going, right? And what's really funny to me, what struck me in this, is that while he's doing this, all played by Bill Skarsgård, by the way, as Pennywise the clown, who isn't the Pennywise that we know, just a normal dude.
Just a normal guy, and then also the monster.
Yeah, let me tell you.
The dude has range.
Bill Skarsgård's amazing. He's so good in this show. What's really funny to me is that because it's 1908, they do some like stage tricks, like with the flowers that like pop out of the stage, and the kids watching this are mystified. They're just like,
what the fuck is that?
This is literal magic.
This is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Like when he dances with his wife's like empty clothing, and it's just strung up with strings, but the kids are like, it's floating. Oh my fucking God. And there is this chilling shot of this child watching this, like looking down from the top window of a barn.
Yeah.
Watching all these kids just get sucked in.
Raptured in this performance.
And then after, of course, he goes for his standing ovation. And he goes to take a bow, and because they're children and children are fucking awful,
they all just run up on stage and start harassing him and dancing around,
grabbing his hair, like his wig, and they're popping the balloons. And
this
shit.
is why he drinks.
Yeah, and this kid who's looking on from the barn is like,
I can use that.
What the fuck is happening? These kids, what the fuck? So there's a touching moment with Bob and his daughter Ingrid, who is trying to work up her clown persona. And Bob is like, you know what? Because she paints up her face and everything, and she does a little bow with her little trumpet and everything. And he's like, that's perfect. In fact, you and I are taking this show on the road, and it's going to be fucking amazing. And at the same time, you can tell that Bob Gray is a hopelessly depressed man because he's in between shows. He's out at the edge of the carnival.
Just drinking and smoking.
Yep. And this kid comes out of the woods, just fades in from the darkness, and has a detail that cues anyone who knows anything about Pennywise that this is the entity, right? Which is that his eyes kind of glow, like they kind of catch the light like a lion would, right? And the kid is like, those kids were obsessed with you. They wanted to be close to you. Like how did you do it?
He's like, I'm a fucking clown. Yeah. That's what we do.
And I think what he literally says is that the children seem drawn to you. And Bob Gray's like, how the fuck old are you?
Yes.
That's a weird thing for a kid to say. And he's like, yeah, I can't find my parents. And he's like,
I can't find my parents either because they're fucking dead.
And he really, like, Bob wants this kid to go. He's like, fucking buzz off, dude. Like, I'm trying to get a little buzzed before this next show. And then he hears a screaming from the woods.
It's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, he's like, what is that? And the kid's like, that's my mom. And you can see Bob is like, but you just said you didn't know where your parents were. So that's what the fuck?
Weird.
And so the kid's like, you want me to, like, can you come with me and, like, figure that out? And he's like, fuck it. You know what? Fuck it, I guess.
Well, let's see where this goes.
And the kid grabs his hand and they just walk off into the woods. And a little bit later on, the carnival staff, they're holding Bob's handkerchief, which is doused in blood. And they're like, oh, the wolves must have got him. And Ingrid walks in on this conversation, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, sorry, your dad's dead.
You're an orphan now.
Yeah, and she's like, okay, that sucks.
I don't want to be an orphan.
Yeah, I didn't have that on my bingo sheet, actually. So, and we learn the origin of Pennywise the Clown, who was never able to hold human form for very long convincingly. And so his whole thing is, I'll just be a weird clown, and kids love it anyway. And instead of me chasing the kids, they'll me.
They'll come to me. Yes. And if I'm a little weird, it's fine because
clowns are weird. Yeah, clowns are really weird. All right. Oh, man. Okay, so we're in 1962 now, which is like present day for the story. Clint Bowers, who is the former, I guess,
police chief.
Police chief. He is shown up to the black spot with his buddies. One of them,
buddies.
Yeah. By the way, this is in the original text. This was the League of White Decency, which was basically the KKK.
Yeah.
And one of the guys with him is the father of the children, or one of the kids that died, which is why he's there in the first place. Like he wants to see this. Yeah. He's the guy that tried to shoot what's his name in a previous episode. Mr. Kirsch, the butcher, is there, who is married to Ingrid, by the way. And they all walk into the bar and they give him the ultimatum, like, hey,
okay, look, we know Hank Grogan is here. Fucking give him to us, and no one else needs to get hurt.
Now, you got to hand it to all the folks in this bar, where they're like, because they walk in with their shotguns and shit, and everyone else is like, bitch, we're all in the army.
You know what? We have guns too, except ours are government issued.
Yeah, and we're probably way better at shooting them than you are. And then Hank, who doesn't want any bloodshed, comes running out of the...
He's like, look, I'll go. Just fucking don't hurt anybody. Yeah. I'll go.
Which you can see Dick is like, you just had to sit back there and shut your fucking mouth. And that's where they draw guns.
Yep.
Right? And they're like, no, no one's getting lynched tonight. You guys can go fuck off. And there are a lot of dudes holding guns, like
it's the old Mexican standoff.
Except there are a lot more government issued guns in that room than there are fucking the League of White Decency guns. And you can see Bowers is starting to do the arithmetic, where he's like, "Oh, we're going to die if this is how this goes down.
Like, we can take someone with us, but we are going to die."
Yeah. So he's like, "You know what,
boys? Just stand down.
Everybody,
this isn't the way we're going to do this.
Everybody, back away real slow.
We'll just go now.
We'll find some other way." Yeah. And everyone relaxes. And then
the bigots leave.
Yes, they leave, and then they hear a sound. And they realize that the front door has been barred shut. And people start looking out the windows. And
what do you know? Fucking Molotov cocktails start coming through the windows.
They start throwing Molotov cocktails, and they start just opening fire. And by the way, this is especially harrowing because during this little standoff, they see the children.
Yes.
Because Rich is there, Marge, Ronnie is there, Halloran's kid, Will is there, or not Halloran, Hanlon's kid is there. I think the only kid that's not there is
Lily.
Lily, yeah. So the fact that they knew these kids were there and they did this shit anyway, is really, really like kind of terrible. So of course the place goes up in flame. Right.
This is even more harrowing because, like, I don't know if this is actually a single shot, but it's presented as if it were.
Yeah.
I
think it's hidden. I think they use some clever.
They definitely did some hidden cuts.
It doesn't matter though. That like the effect is the same.
And it's just a continuous like turning camera to this burning room, like people getting shot through the windows. Freaking the fuck out. It turns back to like
the color palettes are really because everything's on fire and orange and red and everything.
It is horrifying in a way that horror generally isn't.
Yeah, and the thing that is really kind of the cherry on top, which feels weird saying now, is that you are following the action from a kid's point of view. Oh, it's either the kid or Dick Halloran, right? Who's running around trying to. Which, by the way. He starts looking around and he starts seeing ghosts around him, and he's like, "Dude, all this is happening all at the same time. What the fuck?"
He's been seeing ghosts since last episode because Pennywise fucked with his head,
right?
But this is just
also
the worst time.
What he tells Hanlon is like this has happened to me before, but like here's the thing: if I don't acknowledge them, if they don't know that I can see them, they leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
So I just kind of go through and pretend like I don't see them. Now. Everyone is panicking. The building's on fire. They're locked in. They're trying to find a way out. And this poor woman...
They can't go out the windows because they'll get shot.
Right, yeah. Yeah, because all the people who are managing to get out, they just shoot them. They just mow them down. This woman is, like, trying to take cover, and she looks up, and there is this... It's the shot from our thumbnail. This terrifying shot of a clown... standing in the fire. And like imagine not knowing the story, being in this situation and seeing a clown in the middle of the room, and this woman's like, what the fuck is that? And this clown dances out in the weirdest, grotesque, gleeful way, runs over and offers his hand and says, "I'll bring you to safety." And she takes his hand, and then we go back to Dick Halloran, who's like trying to get the kids out and shit. He figures out there's like a way to get out.
Yeah, just break the floor into the refrigerator. And
so Marge and Rich are like trying to find cover, and they see Pennywise just chowing down on something, and it's that woman, and he looks over at them and says, "What's wrong? Is their face on my face?" And you're just like, oh God, what the fuck? And so the kids are like, nope,
not doing that.
Nope, we're done. Goodbye. Now, there is this really interesting thing where Dick notices that one of the tribal leaders from that vision that he had with Daniel is just wandering around, and he knows that he needs some kind of help, and he grabs that war chief's attention.
It's like, hey.
And there's really neat detail where all the ghosts that he's encountering all have those like milky white eyes. And the second that he calls out to her, she looks at him and her eyes clear up. And he's able to sense where to get everyone out, right? And so he breaks through the floorboard. He's helping Pew. He gets
Hank and Will and
Ronnie
out.
Yeah.
And then he's like, hey, fucking Rich and Marge, come here. But a part of the ceiling collapses and they're blocked.
There's this amazing moment where he, like, I think as he's trying to find those kids or something, he sees Pennywise for the first time in his actual form.
Yeah.
And there's this face off between the two of them where, like, Pennywise seems pretty happy to meet him finally. Like,
hey, Dickie.
Yeah.
You see dead people? Because I think they see you too.
Yeah. And
there's just a bunch of dead people behind Pennywise.
And you can, because in his first encounter with Pennywise, he only saw him through the lens of his abusive grandfather. And so now that he's seeing this fucking clown for the first time with everything burning down, he's like, what the fuck? What is happening? And I'm pretty sure we are headed toward, as soon as we get to the spoilers at the end of this episode, I think we might be headed toward a Dick Halloran Pennywise psychic showdown, because Dick is the only person present that has any chance to do anything meaningful to Pennywise or to even defend himself. Not even necessarily to beat Pennywise, but like,
I mean, technically Lily still has the dagger.
Yes. No, that's true. What I'm saying is that Dick Halloran's psychic ability is so intense that there's a chance he doesn't really need it, right? At least to get away alive. So, and there is some, I don't know if you saw the trailer for the next episode.
I have not.
That shit's going to be crazy because I think everyone's seeing this as the big bloody event, and I'm pretty sure that happens next week, which is rough because there are a lot of casualties in this episode. One of them being, and oh my fucking God, I had trouble watching it even, but Rich kind of figures out that the roof's going to collapse. Yeah. And so he shoves Marge into like a Coca-Cola like mini fridge. And
it just lays on top of it.
Yeah, and part of it's so sweet because he tells her, like, you know, this is what a knight protects the fair maiden and everything, and they're kids.
They reminisce about this stupid thing at school,
right? But also they're kids that are too young to be in a situation like this, and so they have to grow up immediately, even though Rich doesn't have much time left, and it sucks. It just really sucks. And so he lays on top of the fridge so she can't get out, and saves her life, but in the process dies. And there's a shot toward the end of this sequence of the kids discovering his body that it's after the fire has gone out, Pennywise is gone, but it's still just as hard to watch as the rest of it. And this is also a testament to
those child actors are really fucking
they're
good.
Really good, and the whole thing was just like really hard to watch. Now, meanwhile, outside, here comes fucking Ingrid, dressed up in her clown's bullshit.
So the bigots are like, okay, we gotta get out of here.
Oh, the cops are on their way. Oh shit, yeah.
We should go. So they all get in their cars and go, all except Ingrid's husband, whose car won't start.
Yeah, and he does this double take where he like sees her in the woods and he's like, what the fuck are you wearing? And she's like, this is my clown outfit. And he's like,
this is who I really am. And he's like, you're going to be fucking feeling black the back of my hand.
You're going to be black and blue if you don't get your ass home and take that shit off. And she
just looks around and says, hi, Dad.
Yeah, and he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he turns around, and Pennywise, because Mr. Kirsch is a
the Daemon Targaryen.
Yes, he does. And so he's holding that big butcher knife because her husband's Mr. Kirsch the butcher. Yeah. Fucking top half of the head, clean off, right? And he holds on to the top bit, turns it around, and just starts taking bites out of it.
Starts eating the brain.
You're like, oh, God. And so right around here, Ingrid's like,
wait
hold on
a minute.
My dad wouldn't eat someone's head. And what did you do to my dad? And there's this hilarious moment where Pennywise pretends to like try to remember.
I am your dad.
What he says, he's like, I ate him. And she's like, oh, this is bad. This is real bad. And so she's like, you know what? I'm gonna back away slowly, and he's like, "Oh no, you don't," and catches her. Do you know about the deadlights thing?
No, but I did know that his face opened.
Yes,
and then there was this tractor beam that sort of picked her up, and she went catatonic.
Yes. Okay, so this is called the deadlights, right? So the three little orbs that are spinning around, that is Pennywise.
Huh.
That's his actual form.
Okay.
And to look into the deadlights is a name that the kids. The original Losers Club in the book, the ones that end up beating Pennywise, call them. They call them the Deadlights. That when you look upon the Deadlights, it's instant insanity, because you see the face of true evil. Is it very Stephen King thing, right? Now they walk this back a little bit in the movies and stuff. It isn't immediately because there are characters in the films, in the other chapter 1 and 2 that get hit by it that don't turn insane. And also we find out there are some characters, and there's one character in this episode that gets hit by it. We know that he doesn't end up being insane. So yeah, but he fucking blasts her with the deadlights and floats her ass up in the air, and he's like, I gotta tell you, I'm getting real fucking sleepy. I'm gonna go. Which, by the way, there is this. But before she figures out that everything is wrong, like Pennywise comes up to her for a hug, and there is this. It's terrifying.
I was certain he was gonna eat her.
I thought he was too. I think he might have been thinking. But okay, so this is my theory on this: is that I think he was like, oh, this would taste good, but actually probably not, because she's not scared of me.
Yeah.
She thinks that I'm her father, and she's not scared of anything. And when she starts getting scared, when she figures out, that's when he's like, oh, I'm deadlightsing you. Like, now you could be tasty. So, and then Pennywise prances off to go take a nap.
Yep.
Right?
He's full. He's ready for his 27-year siesta.
It is disgusting. That on the news the next day, this is characterized as an electrical fire at an illegal black speakeasy, and the entire thing is glossed over. The people who started the fire were lauded as heroic first responders that tried to put the fire out, and this is what happens in Derry. Bad shit happens, and everyone ignores it, and that's just how it is. So, let's see. Oh, Halloran is like, I think I know where that fucking... I think I know where the thing is.
Yeah.
Because, oh, by the way, there are dead people now that are...
That are just really fucking interested in me, and I'm not very happy about it, but here we are.
But yeah, it is what it is.
But if I follow this one particular dead person to her grave, we can find the first pillar.
And so he takes the army out there.
Air Force.
The Air Force. And this area, by the way, that they're in, is there at the end, I think is the same area where the carnival was. Okay. That clearing in the forest or in the woods or whatever. They dig some holes, and lo and behold, they find a turtle shell, and they crack that son of a bitch open, and there's one of those pillars in there. And they load it up on a truck, very Raiders of the Lost Ark style. They put it in the box and everything, and they take it on base. And I saw it as soon as the Humvee entered the space, that there was a fired up forge, and I was like, what the motherfucker is this? Yeah. And
turns out they're going to melt it down and destroy it.
So this is the one thing that I'm just like, this is stupid.
Yes.
This is really stupid. So basically, the general on base, it was a ruse. We got to win the Cold War thing was all a ruse.
His plan is America is falling apart, and we need to make people scared so that they're going to follow the fucking rules.
Yeah, which is the dumbest shit in the world.
Yes.
It's as far as villain, what's the word I'm looking for?
Motivations.
Yeah, motivations. The dumbest shit in the world, because motherfucker, you can't control that, right? So you're going to be scared too.
Your best weapon is Dick Halloran, and he can't do anything about this.
Yeah, so this was dumb, and I'm not sure what they were thinking. Maybe they didn't know how to...
Maybe they have a justification coming in the next episode, but I don't know.
So,
while all this is happening, secondary plot, Hank Grogan is still a wanted murderer.
Well, no, he's not, because they assumed he died.
Yes, because they stage his death, and then Mrs.
Hanlon
dresses him up like
her husband
in her husband's clothes, and takes her out to Rose.
Yeah. I think this is a really funny thing, by the way. He's like, you don't think that they'll know that I'm not your husband? And she's like, honey, to white people around here, we all look the same. It's okay.
He's like, that is fair.
Point taken.
Yes.
Okay.
So they're like, okay, I have some friends in Canada who can set Grogan up with new papers. Mm-hmm. He just needs to get across that line on a piece of paper.
Yeah. Well, which they are perfectly suited to. Yeah. There is a meeting of the natives, by the way.
They're like, okay, the cycle is over. We got 27 years to get ready for the next one. Well done, everybody. Yeah. Let's go home.
I think we only lost 17 kids, which, to be fair, is pretty good. It's for the area and for just take into account that when the ironworks place blew up, 88 children were murdered by Pennywise, in addition to a bunch of adults. So they're like 17 kids. I'll fucking take it. And I think it's really funny that there's that one guy who's like, well, see ya shit asses in 27 years. So also Taniel sees that they find the pillar, and
he comes in and is like, okay, we have a very big problem here.
So Hanlon realizes what's going on. This is where we get this confession
he
tries
to stop it, and he can't. And then Will is at home. He's like,
well,
man, I want to go hang out with my friends.
Well, hold on a second. Well, yeah, because he's right. So Ronnie and Marge want to go tell Lily what happened to Rich, and so Will's mom rightfully is like, "Oh fuck no,
you are going to stay home."
Yeah, in fact, we're leaving this fucking town as soon as we can. This place sucks. So another really great scene where they go and tell Lily what happened to Rich, and it's really terrible and really sad. We get this fucking hilarious shot. I don't know how they make Pennywise so terrifying, but sometimes really funny, where he is snuggled up in his pile of body parts.
Yes.
And he's like submerged up to his eyes in blood, right? And he's just taken what looks like the most comfortable nap I've ever seen.
He's just conked out. And then he realizes that pillar is gone.
Yeah.
He just wakes up.
Right, because they dump that shit. They dump that shit in the incinerator and they destroy, which means, so the whole thing is like, we weren't trying to cage it. We were trying to break the fucking cage open.
Yeah, we're trying to let it go.
They've broken the cage open, and Pennywise, like, it's just like, hilarious thing.
Maybe I don't go to sleep just yet.
The blood's up to his nose and his eyes open, and he looks left and he looks right, and he's like, oh, this is good. This is very good for me.
Ooh, this is going to be really good. So then Will's at home because he's finally listening to his parents for once. He gets a phone call, picks it up, and it's Ronnie talking about how, everything sucks, and all her friends are dead, and Rich was so delicious, and Will's like, wait a second, what?
Wait, would you say that one again? He was what?
And then Ronnie keeps talking, and Pennywise's voice like slowly melds in and overwhelms hers, and he's like, I'm not fucking scared of you. And Pennywise is like, are you sure? Because I'm right here in your kitchen.
Surprise.
Are you scared yet?
He turns around. Pennywise, by the way, is from the nose down covered in blood because he just got out of his blood bed. And he catches Will in the deadlights. And that's the end of the episode. The trailer, I will probably show you the trailer when we're done with this. Derry is about to get fucking rocked by Pennywise because he can go anywhere he wants. And there are a lot of fucking kids in Derry that he hasn't gotten yet. So, oh man, it's going to be something like, it's going to be crazy. Next week, we're doing a show next week. Yeah. So we'll be talking about the season finale next week. We'll be taking a break for Christmas, and we'll be back for our 2025 year in review and Stranger Things. So please join us for that. I think I'll be playing Battlefront with the boys tomorrow at 7:00 Central. You should swing by for that.
And monitoring the Game Awards in case anything happens.
Just in case anything